How often do you and Austin have sex?
But like in a few situations when like another kid has like pushed my kids, I'm like happy.
Hey, so last week my friend Danny invited me and my boys over for dinner. Somehow I convinced her to let me interview her after she put her boys to bed. And she knows a lot more about YouTube than I do. She actually used to have her own YouTube channel. You might have seen it. And she's been my friend for over a decade, and I really wanted to get her insight on motherhood, her perspective on raising toddlers and having 2 boys close in age, and also get the scoop on why she quit YouTube. I just want to preface by saying that Danny is a full-time stay-at-home mom. So you're catching her at the end of a long day of chasing toddlers and just the craziness that comes with it all. Be so gracious to her and myself as we're tired, drinking wine, mostly tired, and honest, really honest about what we deal with as mothers and what we wish would change and just overall how we're doing navigating life. Understand that her views and my views are simply our own perspectives. We aren't trying to tell you how to be a mom. We aren't trying to tell you how to run your life. We're just sharing our story in hopes that someone that can relate to us feels less alone and way more encouraged. We share everything in love. We're completely honest. So hang out with us, enjoy this candid interview. I'm gonna say subscribe because why not? And let me know what you think. Nice words only.
Yeah, why? Hi, I'm Ashley. Hi, I'm Danny.
Danny is YouTube famous.
No.
I know Danny from high school. The year I got married, Danny commissioned me to do your first logo. Remember I did that? You can go put your kids down. We can hang out. Does that sound good?
Oh, you mean those?
I made questions on the back of my In-N-Out receipt.
Okay.
I'm really professional.
Is it recording?
Yeah. So you have 2 boys like me.
Brody just turned 2.5, and Ryder is 16 months old, so they are almost 14 months apart.
So what was that experience like?
I got pregnant my first time trying with Brody, which is like very fortunate. I know that doesn't happen to everyone, so I'm really lucky. I had a pretty easy pregnancy, and then Brody decided to come 33 weeks, guns a-blazing. Like it was like a very quick birth, like I think, and he was born like 11 hours after like my water broke. So we were in the NICU for 2.5 weeks, and that was like I feel like I don't even really understand the situation because I was like in a haze, like on a blur. So I'm just like so lucky that like everything turned out great, and he's very healthy now, and you would never know. He's like a big, crazy, healthy boy. And they literally told me to not get pregnant for at least 18 months.
They told me the same thing because I had a C-section with Phoenix, and they're like, you can't have a baby.
Yeah, but for some reason I didn't want to get on birth control. And you know, I'm pretty sure it was like one drunk night that me and Austin thought it was a good idea to just, you know, see what happens, like be like all natural. And now we have Ryder.
And that's great.
Yeah. Hey, Phoenix.
Phoenix really wants to be famous.
We have a whole lot of kids, so.
Oh, that's why you stopped doing YouTube, because you had babies. We don't have to talk about that right now.
Yeah, I need to warm up.
No, it's okay. I wanted to ask you about, you're now just like full-time stay-at-home mom, 2 boys. So what's your like typical day like as a stay-at-home mom?
I feel like anyone else as a stay-at-home mom might relate to this. I feel like I'm overwhelmed and underwhelmed at the same time. It's like, I feel like I don't even have a second to think about like even what we're gonna have for dinner.
Okay.
And then I go to bed at night and I'm like, what did I even do today? I get very stir crazy, so I'm always trying to do things, but my kids are like the kind of kids that are good kids at home and not good kids when we go places. So that's like a dance I'm doing right now, like trying to balance like their happiness and my happiness.
Brody and Ryder are talking.
Yeah, sometimes they talk in their sleep.
You're not the mom, okay?
Well, they're talking.
Okay, you don't need to tell on them. You
They
need to
just like, sometimes they like to talk to themselves before they go to sleep.
Do you feel like, I don't know, how is it for you having like two boys close in age, like watching their relationship?
I was like terrified when I got pregnant with a boy for the second time. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I feel like they're gonna beat me up. Like, what am I gonna do when they're like fighting and I need to break it up? Like, honestly, I just don't know. I already am like, I don't know what to do.
Work it out.
Like, and my husband's 6'7".
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be by the time they're like 8.
Oh, they're gonna be such like mama's boys. They're like,
What am I gonna do when they're fighting though? If they're like, he's not here. Ever. And I'm like, no, he's very involved. But like, what am I doing? They're like going at it.
I know.
We'll break it up. I feel like I'm gonna get hurt. Also, Brody like laughs when I'm like serious with him. Like he thinks it's hilarious. Like I don't know how to be serious with my kids. Like I feel like I'm serious. I'm like, Brody, we do not bite people. And this is what he does.
I think because you're just such a joyful person all the time. Even I found that funny.
I'm like pissed off at him when I'm like, Brody, we do not bite people. This is literally what he does.
I get it now.
I feel like that's literally like the reaction I get. Like, well, how am I supposed to deal with that?
I know, it's hard.
He keeps fighting people, so it's obviously not working.
How do you discipline?
Obviously not well. I feel like I've also like read too many parenting books, listening to too many podcasts that it's like scared me to almost do anything. Some days I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be like the parenting podcast and the parenting books, and then some days I'm like, I'm just gonna like do what comes instinctually to me. Because I think like even you said that, like the what comes to you like instinctually is like what's best for them. But you know, I second guess myself like on everything, and I'm like, I just like honestly don't know what I'm doing. Is that bad?
No, I think that needs to be said more, because I think a lot of moms don't hear it, and what they hear is the criticism and you're doing it wrong, or do it like me, and they don't hear enough of that, like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think that that's like the hardest part about being a mom is I'm a really good student. Like I've always done really well in school because like I'm really good at following instructions, and I'm like a people pleaser my whole life. Like I've never really gotten in trouble because like my parents give me rules, like I'll abide by them. Like school, like in school they give you like literally syllabus. They give you a syllabus and they tell you what to do to get a good grade. It's like so easy. And I'm like, cool.
No one gave you a syllabus for being a mom.
No one gave me a syllabus for being a mom. And like that's why I'm like reading these parenting books and I'm listening to these podcasts, but I'm like,
I think you're doing great. I'm serious.
they're alive. I've always been like the kind of kid who like to play by the rules. I've always cared a lot about what people think about me. Like it's like to a flaw. Like I'm still trying to work on like not letting what people think about me like rule my life. So having these like crazy boys who are doing like unpredictable things all the time and are like so different from something I would do. Like I said, like I've always been like, if someone gave me a rule, like I would follow it. But like they're a reflection of you, you know, and you're taking these public places and I'm just like standing there like, I'm so sorry. Like I don't know why you did that. Like,
I was thinking about it and I was like, it just gave me so much more compassion for moms. Like my whole thing is like, I don't want moms to ever feel shame. And like knowing you're not aggressive and like would never do that, and then you experience that, I'm like, it's literally like there's nothing you're doing wrong. Boys are crazy, I feel like. I think he's just 2 and he's just experiencing what does this feel like and what does this feel like. Like he's not doing it because he knows pulling hair is mean. It made me realize I shouldn't get instinctively mad at that kid or mom because I don't think it's either their fault. I think we just need to give so much more grace to children and moms. What I tell Matthew all the time, I'm like, I'm doing this for the first time. This is the first time I'm a mom of a 3 and 4-year-old. So I give myself a do-over every single year, every single day. Like, just tell yourself that this is the first time I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And just give yourself so much grace because you're not doing it. And
I wish all moms were like that though, because
I know it's hard.
I like to be well liked. And the things he does are like not making him well liked, and I do feel like I get judged by other moms.
I have so much compassion because like think about being 2. There's so much going on. I'm 29 and I can't navigate all my emotions. I just think we don't think about that because we're just going through life so fast, and then of course wanting to keep up appearances and go to the
Brody
parks.
does not care about keeping up appearances.
Maybe that's really good for you.
I think it is.
Maybe that's why God gave you like that kid.
It's definitely been like a humbling experience.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing my best to.
I think that's really cool. Like the more we talk about it, the more I realize, oh, maybe there's something to this. Brody's teaching you not to care what other people think.
Yeah.
I don't believe that any kid is like unkind or like mean, and I think it's really important that as the mom, as the parent, we don't project that onto other people's kids either because they don't know what they're doing. I think we just need to give so much more grace to children.
I honestly I love to see God's plan pan out. I'm such like a huge believer in God's plan, and just like I could have never imagined having these 2 boys back to back, but I'm like, they're so cool. Even though I complain about them all day long, they're so cool. They're like the craziest, cutest little human beings, and I'm like, I could have never in a million years planned this. Only like God could have. I mean, like, I'm still not on birth control. Austin hates me, but I'm like, but like, what if he has like the coolest human being right there that he wants us to make?
I was just gonna ask you, what's the coolest thing about being a mom and watching Austin be a dad?
Austin's the best dad. It's so annoying. He just is. Honestly, I was 14 when I started dating him, and I could just tell he would be a great dad.
Aww.
So hot.
That's cool to like know someone for that long and watch them go through so many
He's never done anything that I didn't like. Honestly, he's so cute. Honestly, like my light at the end of the tunnel is like Austin's mom always tells me that my boys are just like Austin was, which they're crazy. But he's like the best human ever. If this is what I have to go through to make more Austin Smiths for the world, then I'll like
sick. That's like sick. You guys are
he's
so
like
in love.
He's like the best. So
the fact that you've also been dating him since you were 14 and you still love him so much, it's really cute.
oh yeah, he's so nice. Honestly, that's my fear. I was like, I'm gonna mess it. Like they have his DNA, and I'm gonna mess them up.
Oh my gosh, don't think that. Please don't think that. The best. Okay, you know the best guy in the world to you chose you.
Yeah. Hopefully, we feel like the kind of people that appreciate the good stuff, you know.
Which you do. So I think they will.
I think so. I tried to. Let's take a group hug. A group hug picture. Brody.
Group hug.
Hilarious. So funny.
Nailed it.
So speaking of like not caring about what people think, are you ready to talk about why you quit YouTube?
No, actually, he has rabies. Like, what? Oh, good luck. Oh, shoot, I forgot to tell you. I've been bringing him around playgroups when he had rabies.
I thought it would be good exposure for all the other kids.